If gravity was turned off, the effects would be nearly immediate. The first thing to go on Earth would be the oceans and rivers, as well as the atmosphere. The atmosphere would float off quickly because the gravity would no longer be trapping it. Space is a vacuum, so the atmosphere would try to equalize the pressure by moving into space. The rivers and oceans would also have no force holding them to the ground. Long term, a lack of gravity affects the immune system, bone mass, muscle strength, and lowers your red blood cell count. Microgravity can even mimic the aging process. Space can also cause disorientation as well as sickness when adapting. On a larger scale, the planets and moons would stop orbiting. Orbiting debris and planets would be thrown out of their solar systems. Their momentum would cause them to keep going on their path and when gravity was suddenly stopped. The solar system would also stop orbiting the galactic center and would be thrown out of the galaxy. Before that would happen, the sun would be affected. The sun relies on a balance between gravity and pressure from nuclear fusion. If gravity was turned off, the sun would start to expand into a planetary nebula. Planetary nebula is what is predicted for our star when it dies. It is made by a star, usually an old star, that was near sun size when it was younger. It then sheds its outer layers of gas. At some point, the Earth would also break apart without gravity to hold it together. Unlike the Sun, the Earth does not have significant force pushing outwards. Instead, the lack of gravity would allow it to simply fall apart. By this time, it would probably be hurtling out of our solar system somewhere around 70,000 miles per hour, which is the orbital speed of our planet. So let's say that everything we've been talking about didn't happen. What about everyday life? Simple things would be very hard, like walking your dog. How would that work? Or flushing the toilet. You can't flush a toilet without gravity. What about moving around your house? Moving from your kitchen to your living room might take 45 minutes. You might have to move around the sofa. What about preparing food? Your pots and pans would float away, and even using a knife would be a problem. You would have to strap yourself down. And shopping would certainly be difficult. Things would keep floating out of your cart, and getting it home would be even worse. You could hit a plot hole and flip over, or you could hit a speed bump and just fly off into space, like Elon Musk, world famous Tesla.